What's up guys, welcome to the Tier Zero. My name is Adam and we're the Vesta this week. As you can see, our third member's not here, he's across the pond with his missus in New York. So we are at a Vesta's house this week because we usually use Joe's house, but we've had to switch it up a little bit. And this week we're going to be talking about a Nike technology. Last week we talked about Adidas Boost. This week we're talking about Nike Flywire and Flyknit. So I hope you enjoy, let's do it. Okay, so the first shoe we're going to talk about this week is the Flyknit Racer. The Flyknit Racer and the Flyknit Trainer were the first shoes using the Flyknit technology to come out in 2012. So I've got a little sample of one here. So this is the Volt Flyknit Racer. I've asked you if you want to talk about it a little bit.
No man, in terms of like usability for like actually running and stuff, I wouldn't technically say use this, but on a point of like a fashion point, this trainer is phenomenal. It's had such a cult following. I mean, when it first came out and they were doing like consortium trainers, people were just absolutely losing their mind. Now it's more readily available in like some of the more vibrant colours. I mean, you got the Volt here, they did an Iron Brew colour kind of recently.
And then it was they changed the Oreo to the cookies and cream because the Oreo was, I think, last year's model.
Yeah, it had like a
white and black.
Yeah, it had like a panelling, didn't it?
Yeah. And then the one that released a couple of weeks ago was the cookies and cream. I think people have started calling it now. It's like white and black with black and white sole.
It's minor. I think it's got more white in it than black.
Yeah.
So it's a lighter colourway, but yeah, it's really, really nice. That if you're gonna go for a pair of these, I would definitely probably go for that. Personally, I would go for the Volt because I'm just a little bit wild like that.
No, I think the Volt's a nice colourway because it has the black undertone, so it keeps it not too in your face, a little bit more subtle.
The quality and the actual feel of the trainer is amazing, and the fact that they've integrated Flywire through the actual Flyknit, fantastic. Really, really nice trainer.
Yeah, as you can see on your screen now. So what we'll do is we'll take some close-up shots of the Flywire on this shoe, and we'll talk about the Flywire on a couple of other models that we've got with us as well. So that's the original. We don't have a Flyknit trainer to show you, but this is the Flyknit Racer. It first debuted in London 2012 Olympics. If you do your homework, Michael Phelps, when he became, the most winningest Olympic medal winner, actually wore these on the podium. Obviously he didn't swim in them, but he wore them to collect his medals, and that was kind of like Nike's kind of promotion for the shoe. Like that was when it first came out, and that kind of built a bit of hype about the shoe. So that's just a little fun fact for you guys. So that was the Flyknit Racer. We'll cover a couple of other Flyknit shoes really quick. So that's the original. I'll put that to one side. And then what else have we got to show?
Alright, so I've got one of my shoes. This is a bit of a wild one, a bit crazy. So this is something I picked up recently, just a bit of an impulse buy. Adam probably knows what this is already straight away. So we've got my Mercurial Superfly Flyknits. Just something that I just came across in the Nike outlet. Now these were like silly expensive when they came out. I'm talking like these are into the £170 mark. It's got a free run 5.0 sole. It is styled off a football boot that obviously Ronaldo wears, the Mercurial Superflies. So it is designed to be similar to that, and it's got the sock liner at the top, give you more ankle support. And the design behind it with the Flyknit itself, it incorporates two types of Flyknit. It has the normal knit that you would normally see with the kind of like two-tone colourway, and then it has the very, very tightly wound knit at the back, which has the elasticated sock liner, and then with a suede heel counter at the back. But it incorporates the Flywire technology that runs straight through the actual Flyknit, and it doesn't have a removable tongue, it's all just one piece all the way through. So again, I really, really enjoy this trainer on a daily basis to use. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I like the shoe. It's not something I'd wear personally. I like how you can see the Flywire running through the Flyknit inside. We'll do some close-up shots of that for you guys to see as well. And I really like the shoes that kind of do fit as a sock. I think they make it a lot more comfortable. You can see on the inside as well, they have a really thick arch on the 5.0 sole. It's quite a nice sole and shoe. It's very similar to the woven chucker boot sole.
Yeah.
Probably not as in depth, but it's still a really nice sole. So yeah.
We'll go on to something else next, something a little bit newer in the Flyknit technology kind of place, so I'll let Adam talk about that a little bit more.
Okay, so next up, these released last week. These are still brand new in the box. Just grab that a sec and get these out for people to see.
As the campaign says, kiss my ears.
Kiss my ears. Okay. This is obviously OG 90 for all you sneakerheads who know your colourways. Everybody knows this colourway. And this is the Flyknit 2.0. It's kind of like the Air Max 90 Ultra Essential.
Yeah.
With the lightweight sole. We'll get some close-up shots for that as well. You can see the bottom of the air unit in the bottom of here, and then you can see the indentation in the sole, which makes the sole a lot lighter. I mean, if you could feel the weight of this shoe, it weighs literally next to nothing.
Yeah.
I've tried the shoe on, it fits really nice. It's a really comfy shoe, nice and light, nice and thin, nice and breathable for the summer. And this colourway, you can't really beat this colourway in an Air Max 90.
Not at all.
Obviously, OG colourway is it is what it is.
I mean, for me, it's a bit of a shame that they didn't put any Flywire in here, which for me is let it down a little bit. I think, you know, when they're asking for a more premium price than a normal Air Max 90 and it's a Flyknit, you'd think that they put the Flywire in, especially if the Racer has it. Why not have it on this?
I've tried the shoe on, it fits really nice. It's a really comfy shoe, nice and light, nice and thin, nice and breathable for the summer. And this colourway, you can't really beat this colourway in an Air Max 90.
Not at all.
Obviously, OG colourway is it is what it is.
I mean, for me, it's a bit of a shame that they didn't put any Flywire in here, which for me is let it down a little bit. I think, you know, when they're asking for a more premium price than a normal Air Max 90 and it's a Flyknit, you'd think that they put the Flywire in, especially if the Racer has it. Why not have it on this? But one thing I do like is the full trainer is Flyknit. Even on this section, which doesn't look Flyknit, it's actually like a painted rubber latex over the Flyknit. So you can actually, if you look carefully, you'll be able to see on the close-up.
You can see the woven.
You can actually see the weave underneath it. Yeah,
it's like the weave of the Flyknit.
Yeah. Overall, as a fashion trainer, definitely, but I'm still a little bit disappointed that the Flywire wasn't in there. Little nice touches on it. The fact is the actual tongue is very, very thin, but it actually has padding along the edge of it just to make it that little bit more comfortable. But the trainer as an all-round, yeah, but still needed Flywire. That would have been a
nice touch.
Yeah,
but I think they've still done well. The shoes, and it's a nice shoe.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that's it for the Flyknit 90 OG. I'm going to move on to something else. We'll talk about the more like basketball-y kind of shoes now. I know you've got an Air Force there, Flyknit, so we'll talk about that. I'll put these to one side.
So yeah, this is another one of my recent pickups. It was just happened to be there. I was like, yeah, I'll have this. But this trainer for me, it's like, you know, Air Force tend to be very clumpy and, you know, it's really, really heavy trainer. Well, it's just a nice variation. The fact that it's not clumpy, it's not heavy. It's actually quite a sleek looking trainer. I really like this trainer, the fact that they've incorporated the actual original leather Air Force tick on it, which is fantastic, and it's got a leather tongue as well. The laces are like a premium quality, and the fact is they've incorporated Flywire into the shoe, which is really, really nice. It's also got an ultra sole. I mean, this shoe's dirty because I wear it a lot. Really, really enjoy wearing this trainer. But yeah, definitely the high top over the low top. They do a low top, but I mean, what do you think?
I would have liked to have seen the swoosh more incorporated to the Flyknit, like the Flyknit Racer is, where the swoosh is kind of not painted, but like it's part of the mesh, yeah. So like I would have liked to have seen that, something a little bit different, but like Avesta said, it is a nice touch that they've kept a little bit original with the leather and the leather heel tab and the leather tongue. And I think you can't go wrong with a pair of Air Force Ones. It's like it's one of the best shoes of all time, if not, some people would probably say it's the best shoe of all time.
Yeah.
So whichever way it is, Air Force One.
Yeah, I mean with this, it's got It's old school. I love the fact that Nike used their newest technology into older silhouettes. I mean, it's an old school trainer, and it's running BR Ultra sole with you know, clear icy sections on the toe and the heel. Then it's got Flyknit with Flywire. The trainer's light. It's running air on the actual sole. It's literally everything. It's got nostalgic and it's got future technology. It's just a fantastic all-round trainer for me. I'm really passionate about this shoe. So that's the Flyknit Air Force 1, multicolored. So we're going to move on to something it's not Flyknit anymore, but it is another Flywire. It's got Flywire technology in it, so it's one of Adam's kicks. I'll let him bring it on and talk about it.
Okay. So I'm actually wearing a pair of these for this video, but this is another colour that I picked up recently in the sale somewhere. I get this out. This is the Air Max 95 Jacquard, the black-white colourway, and as you can see, you'll see on the close-ups as well, these have the full Flywire showing on the outside of the shoe, which they don't often do. I think it's one of the only shoes where you actually see the Flywire on display, and you can kind of get a better feel for why it's there, what it does, and like on this model, it's on both sides, you can see. So the way Flywire works is it's glued in underneath the soles on both sides. So when you tighten your laces don't just fit over the top of your foot and tie there. They actually, when you pull the lace tight, it pulls the Flywire in, and then you'll get like a full caged effect around your full foot. So especially in the more performance-based shoes, it'll cage your foot all the way in rather than just being tight on the top of the foot. If you're running, a marathon, then like it's going to start to ache the top of your foot when your laces are really tight, whereas with this technology, what Nike have produced, it wraps all the way around your foot to make the shoe a lot more comfier and like feel more snug.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a basic colourway, but it was just to actually show you the Flywire on the outside of the shoe. Okay, so that was it for the Air Max 95 Jacquard. Avesta has got a couple more Flyknit shoes that we're going to talk about. Go on side. Okay.
So I'm going to pull these out quickly and just go through them with you. So, two classic silhouettes done with a Flyknit technology. So, let's get into these two and talk a little bit more about them. So you got the very first Air Max they ever did with the Flyknit technology, which was the Air Max 1 Flyknit, which debuted, it was last year I think, or yeah it was when it was beginning of 2016, yeah. Just as the 90s have done it this year, it's the one for last year. So I've got an OG colourway, and then we've got the Flyknit Presto. So when they've gone into this silhouette and done this classic silhouette, they've actually raised it up to give you the actual kind of like ankle support look again. So again, both these trainers can be used on a performance level. I really think they can, and they can definitely both be used as a casual fashion trainer. So I mean, between the two, my favourite is the Air 1, but I really like Prestos in general. I mean, what do you think, mate?
I like how with the Air Max 1, when we spoke about the 90, they didn't use the Flywire. The Air Max 1 actually incorporates the Flywire, which I think is really good. In terms of Prestos, I like the way that the sock fit, like the Mercurials. I think that's a really good touch. It adds to the comfort a lot better. Presto's not really my kind of shoe, but for terms of comfort, it is a very comfortable shoe.
Yeah.
See a lot of people wearing these just as like a casual everyday kind of thing. They're really good, if you're going on holiday somewhere warm, especially the Flyknit because it's much more breathable. Yeah, so that's...
For me on the Presto, they didn't use the Flywire because obviously it's not possible with the cage. You've got the cage instead, and the cage really works well, and it counts all the way around to the heel, and you've got the arch support built into the cage.
What's really important is with Flyknit shoes is before Flyknit existed, you only had like your leathers, you only had your suedes, you only had your canvas and your nylon. And what's really good, what Nike did, was introduce this material to the market, which I think is a massive game changer. And I think for the company, that's something quite big, to introduce an actual material to the market. I think
will it open the doors up for Adidas to do the
Adidas introduced the Prime Knit, and
what did Puma bring out?
Puma's is
something else.
Is it Evo Knit?
Evo Knit, yeah. The knit.
Everybody's doing their own take on
a knit.
The knit, basically.
It's a good idea, really.
It is a great idea. Like we talk about, it molds to your foot, and it just creates such a comfortable feel.
Yeah, awesome.
So,
definitely.
Okay.
So we're going to move on to something else now. Adam's got it with him, so I'll let Adam talk a little bit more about it. I'll get these out of the way.
Keep them on. Okay, last shoe that we're going to talk about is something from my collection. I'm not really into my runners, I'm more into my basketball kicks, so just a brief touch on the technology that is used in this. It was one of the first, I think the LeBron 8 or 9 used the Flywire first. This is the LeBron 10 Elite. Actually says on the inside Flywire. It's not on the outside of the shoe, it's actually where the laces meet, on the lace holes. You can see the Flywire coming through there. We'll get a close up of that on screen now. Kind of adds to the stability of the basketball shoes. These use a Zoom sole, which I think is a great sole. And the Flywire on them, like I was talking about the runner before, it cages your full foot. So when you're playing basketball, this is massively important because it's such like a high impact sport. It's better, you know, to hold your foot inside the shoe with the full wraparound, rather than if you go back to shoes that were produced in like the 80s and the 90s, you know, they were really tight on top of the athlete's foot. So it kind of gave you, well, bad feet. I'm not sure what the medical terms are, but your feet looked a mess basically. And you know, Nike introducing these technologies into sports and showing it to the athletes. And
right, so that is the LeBron 10 Elite running the Flywire technology. This is Adam's actual shoe. So
put these away.
He's going to put them away now. I'm just going to wrap it up. And I mean, we look forward to seeing Joe when he comes back. He should be here next week with us on the next video. Keep an eye out. If there's anything else we could have done a little bit better, or you think that you know, we should have talked about something else, and you know something that we haven't spoke about, you know, comment below, let us know. It's the best way to do. And go across to our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and get following us and subscribe. You know, keep an eye out. We're going to have another video out soon. So that's me, Esther, and Adam this week, and we'll have Joe back when he's flown back in.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really
Thanks
good.
for watching, guys.